Alright. So the first thing we need to do is, if you're going to be dealing with a lot of accounts, you want to get some type of browser like Ghost Browser or multi-login or one of those type of browsers. I based the training on Ghost Browser this time because it's one of the cheapest ones. It's about half. It costs about half what multi-login costs. So you want to go over here to Ghost Browser, and then you want to download it. And the pricing options are, I think this is a trial. I do the Pro plan. It's either $46 a month if you pay yearly, or I think it's $55 maybe. Yeah, if you do monthly, it's $55. So you need to go download that. Then you need to come over and download a Google add-on called SEO Minion if you don't have it. So just add to Chrome and you'll see it up here, this little robot thing. And then you need to get another add-on for some more advanced stuff. It's called Link to Text Fragment. So click there and add that to Chrome. Alright, that's pretty much what you're going to need. If you're skipping this part and you just want to do it on your own browser, I'll show you how to do that too. If you're just going to be dealing with a couple of accounts versus doing a bunch of accounts. Alright, I'll see you in the next video. Alright, then the next step is you want to go to a proxy site. Whatever site you use is fine for social media type accounts. I've been using this one lately. It's called Proxy All. And if you get IPv6, which seemed to work better for Google Trigger and Google Capture and all that, you see here 40 cents per IP, so that's cheap. Most places are like $1, $2, and then if you get more, it's cheaper. And then if you need the IPv4 and 6, it's $1.15, and it goes down as you buy more. So this is a good one to test out, especially the 6. It's so cheap. So go on here, buy whatever proxies you want. I mean, you can start with as little as 10, 20 or whatever, and grab those accounts. Grab those proxies, and I'll show you how to format them to upload them to Ghost Browser and get all that rolling. Alright, after you get your proxies, if you get them through Proxy All, this is kind of confusing to people if you're not used to dealing with these type of sites. What you need to do is go up here and come into My Services, and then you need to click on your services, and then normally they'll list the proxies down here, so you might think where the proxy's at, or sometimes they email them, whatever. You got to come over here and do it. So if you're using Ghost Browser, you probably want to do it proxies, user, and password. So what you do is you come over here, click on proxies, and then you can just download as text file or copy to clipboard. And then after you copy it, Alright. Now what we need to do is set up Ghost Browser. Once you get it installed, you want to come over here to this little bullseye and click on it. And then you want to go down here and click on add/edit proxies. And if you're going to add a single proxy, you come over here and name it. Jeez. And host will be this first long set of numbers and letters. And the port's the short, usually 4 numbers. And then your username and password. I showed you how to find that earlier. Put that in there. Hit add proxy. Then if you want to add bulk proxies, you import. And let me show you something real quick. To upload bulk proxies for Ghost Browser, you need to use the following format here. Custom name, which is whatever you want to name it. Host, which like I said is those first numbers and letters. Port is the 4. Username, password, and then tags if you want to have anything on there to keep track of it. So basically you format it like that and save it. Then you come over and import. Hold on, I think I clicked the wrong file. Yeah, there we go. And then you see it's all formatted there, and that's a much faster way to do it instead of having to do them one by one. Alright. After you do that, you come up here to the this tab area up here. Right click and go to create a new tab in a new identity. Then you just pick a color or something. Bright colors seem to work pretty good. I've been using it and they're easy to keep track of and keep separated when you have a bunch of different identities on here. That's pretty much it. Just come in here, pick the color you want the tab to be. Tags if you want to separate by project or anything like that, and then just click get random user agent. You can click it a few times to get different ones if you want. You set your proxy from the list that we just set up and save, and then you want to save, sign in. And then basically wherever your proxies are, you're going to be this identity is going to be locked in. So how this works is if you're working in this identity and you want to do another one, you just right click on there, create a new tab in the current identity, and then it'll be the same. So if you're logged into that Gmail, that's all going to stay logged in on all. Alright. And for the people that were asking me, I know a bunch of people are going to ask me about where to get Gmail accounts for this or just any type of accounts. There's a lot of sites. You basically just have to bounce around and test different providers and stuff because good providers come and go, so you just really have to test. But one that I've been using lately is this buyaccs.com. And you can see on here they got all kind of email stuff, Gmail, AOL, Apple, Tumblr. I mean, yeah, they got most of the major ones on here. Facebook, Reddit, Instagram, Google. So you can come on here and buy for the purposes of what you're doing. You can probably either get Gmail accounts, or if you're going to do stuff with YouTube, just get YouTube accounts and they'll have the Gmails with them. And you can see here 80 cents, $2, so they're pretty cheap. And the good thing about this is, the good thing about these accounts is you pay with Bitcoin and they unlock the accounts real fast. They just as soon as they verify that payment, they unlock the account. So you don't have to wait like a day or 2 days, or wait on somebody to send you the accounts. It's basically just automatically released within 30 minutes or 20 minutes, whatever it takes. That's what I like about it. So yeah, you need to get some accounts, whether you buy them on here or buy them wherever you get them. Get some accounts. You need some Gmail accounts. Alright, there's a few more tools that we're going to need that you might as well just grab now so we have everything. You need to go to Google and type in W3 Schools HTML Try It, or however you want to get to this link right here. I can probably drop a text file or something with these links on it, or you can just Google it. So you need to get on this page right here, and then you also need to get on this fakepersongenerator.com. We're going to be using that to do profile pictures and stuff. And I think that's about it for getting all this set up. Let me know if you guys have any questions on this, if I missed anything, but that's pretty much how you set this up. And then we'll start building out some of these pages and ranking these pages. All right. This tool here, you really there's a variety of ways to get articles and content, but what I use is Article Forge. I've had a lot of success with it, getting articles indexed and ranking and all that. So that's what I would advise to use. You can use any content you want, but keep in mind that the more original content you have, the easier it's going to index and all that. If you're just copy pasting articles from other people's articles that have already been up, I mean, you're going to have a harder time. You're going to have to do a lot more work to push that up. So this is an easy way to do it. Article Forge or whatever else. I've used quite a few of them, and Article Forge is just good for what it does. So the easiest way to do this, if you don't want to think about it, which half the time when I'm working on projects, I don't want to sit and think about every single thing. So this is how I do it. I'll go to keyword tool, and let's just say the keyword's AC repair. I'll search that. Then I'll go over here to questions, and basically that's your articles right there. How much are AC repairs? Hit new article once you get signed up with Article Forge or whatever you're using. How much are AC repairs? And then you can come in here, sub keywords. This is like giving your article context. You could put like some air conditioner brands in here. I don't know any offhand. I think Train might be one. This really isn't my niche. I'm just giving examples. And if you have, let's say you're doing AC repairs, let's say Miami, or let's say something else, since other people have already done Miami. let's say El Paso, Texas. Since El Paso is kind of a hot area, I'm sure they need a lot of AC stuff down there. How I do it: article length medium, add titles yes, and then you just hit create new article. And then basically come over here. Let me see here. How much does it cost to repair AC? That's good enough for what we're doing. And then hit create new article. For each one of these you do, you're really going to need between 5 and 10 articles. With the more you do, the better, the easier it's going to be for you in the long run. So you don't want to skip out on the original content up front. You use too much spun content and just copied content. It's not going to work like if you put some semi-decent content. And Article Forge is really the best outside of having somebody write it. So this is a good one. Can you repair AC compressor? You really just need them to be relevant articles for these networks. And really you can do any of them. How much do they make in Florida? We'll just switch it to Texas, since we're going to test some Texas stuff out on this one. And then do that. So that's 4, 5. And you really just sit and wait. It doesn't take that long. But one of them has already got done, so come over here, click here to see result. You'll see how much are it's basically, it's the best content you're going to get without getting somebody to write it. It's not perfect, but it would somehow, a lot of the articles are somewhat believable that a person wrote it. So that's basically why I use it. And you can just, it's just a content machine. So, you know, some of these other article builder and stuff like that, it's the same pool of articles basically. So by the time you get around to using it, or you've been using it a while, that same article has been going around like thousands of times on GSA and all these other. So if you can afford it, Article Forge, I would highly, highly, highly recommend it. And then you just go over here, my articles. This one's done. So that's pretty much it for that part of it. Like I said, highly, highly recommend Article Forge. And or if you have another way to get content written that's close to, it looks like somebody could have wrote it, you know, it's not just horrible like some content machines. Use that, but you need to be using you have to use somewhat original content, even if it's like kind of junky content on the overall scheme of things. Really, the better content you can put out that's at least that at least looks like it's relevant to what you're talking about is good. So Article Forge, like I said, I highly advise anybody to get it. And then Word AI is another one you can use for the content later on, where you can integrate Word AI with Article Forge. So I'll show you that in a later on video. But yeah, just get the articles here. Whatever project you're doing, get about 10, and then in the next project I'll show you how we're going to go post these and do what we have to do with these. Alright, this video here is going to be covering how to find keywords for your lead gen offers. And this is really kind of one of the most important aspects of it, because if you go after keywords that are too difficult, especially when you're new, you're going to get frustrated and probably want to quit and not do SEO. And if you go after keywords that nobody's searching for, you're going to have, even if what's going to happen is you're going to end up ranking, and you're not going to get any leads or anything on some of these keywords. So I'm going to show you what to focus on. That way, you know, you'll see results from what you're doing. All right. Now for keyword research, I pretty much just use Ahrefs. So if it's at all possible for you to get Ahrefs, I would highly advise you getting that. Hold on one second here. Okay, yeah, here we go. Yeah, I was just making sure we were on the right page. So what you want to do, I included a list in the training of sites you can use to do this type of keyword research with. Get a site like Yelp.com. It ranks for 38 million keywords in the US. So that's a good site to pick apart. Basically, the ones I picked for the purpose of showing you guys this is Yelp, Yellow Pages, MapQuest, Groupon, Angie's List, Thumbtack. So I'll kind of show you some of the filters I use when I'm going after different keywords. For this process right here to be fast, I'll show you some filters to use. Usually what I do is I'll go to a site like Yelp, and then you want to see, for beginners, I would do, you want to see search results where Yelp is in the first 10. So what you want to do is go to position here, and from number 1 to number 10. If you have a little bit of experience, you can do that up to 20 or whatever. 20 or 30 is probably the highest you want to go on that. Hit apply on that. You'll see it goes from 38 million to 17 million, so that basically cut it in half. So then the next thing you want to do, this video here is really, I'll really gear this towards beginners so people can see quick results. But you know, you can go for whatever keywords you want. You can use the same tactics. You just have to do more of it. And then keyword difficulty, you want to be between 0 and 5. So that's 17 million is 13 million. And then cost per click, if you're doing lead gen, you want to do at least $10, because most of the trade stuff is going to be in that range, like 20, 30, 40, 50. If you're doing straight trade stuff, just do like $20. That would be like plumbing and roofing and stuff like that. So that 13 million after you do that goes down to 51,000. So then really, if you want to cut it down to more trade type stuff, you could do like 20 to 100. And then you'll cut out all the $450 and all that for lawyer stuff, which I don't know if they actually pay that or if you actually, but it shows up as $400, $500 clicks. All right. So then basically the best thing you can do is get into some type of, either have a client or get into some type of nationwide lead gen network. And I'll show you why. If you get into a nationwide lead gen network, then you can pretty much go after a lot of these keywords that have searches. And you can use, I'll show you how to set up CallRail. You can use CallRail to route the calls to different locations and all that. So the nationwide national lead gen stuff is really good to get into, especially if you're new and you're trying to, like, you don't have a lot of clients and you don't know how to get clients and all that. The national lead gen stuff is good for you. All right. Then you can toy around with this, see where they're positioned number one. So you'll see like roofing companies, Harrisburg, PA. Locksmiths are good. Commercial carpet cleaning is good. Really, anywhere where they're paying $20 per click, I mean, you're going to be able to find some type of way to make money off of those keywords. So basically, when you're doing this, you're the 0 to 5 on this keyword difficulty is going to usually these keywords are not going to be too hard to rank for. And they'll give you a good idea. Like, let's just say, for instance, you see here commercial carpet cleaning San Diego. That would be a good keyword to target, really, no matter what city you're in. If you're working with a cleaning company, a carpet cleaning company, those type of keywords would be good to target. Then locksmith. A lot of these are going to be generic keywords, but if you can find generic keywords that you can rank for and it doesn't take that much effort, those are really the best keywords you want to rank for. So you'll see the keyword difficulty. Sometimes this thing can be way off, but just in general, as kind of like a starting point, it's good to go 0 to 5, 1 to 10 on Yelp. And then CPC, if you're doing lead gen stuff, I would do CPC 20 to 100. That's really going to kind of give you, even like roofing companies, Harrisburg, PA. A keyword like roofing companies, they're going to be searching that everywhere. So even if you're in a city that doesn't necessarily show up, or a town or something like that, that's when you want to stick to these generic keywords. Instead of, like, say for instance, Harrisburg. I'm not really familiar with that. I'm more familiar with Dallas-Fort Worth, if anybody's familiar with here. You might have something like Garland with 200,000 people, and somewhere like Balch Springs or something like that, or a smaller area like that. People are still searching these keywords. So when you're doing lead gen stuff, especially if you get into a national network, you really want to go after these generic keywords. Whatever locations they cover, some of them are national to the point you can send them calls from anywhere. So those are really the best of the best, because then you can go in here and target some of these smaller areas and really kind of dominate easily. But other ones will have, like, you know, they cover certain states or whatever. So even if let's say my city's Dallas, even if I see this roofing company's Harrisburg, PA, you know, obviously roofing companies Dallas, people are searching. So that's what I'm just trying to get across to you guys, that this is a good way to find keywords that people are searching for in formats where, like, is it, some people I see post, you know, on different Facebook groups, should I do keyword city? Should I do city keyword? Well, this will give you a good idea of the stuff with search volume. So yeah, locksmith. Locksmith stuff's good. Rehab stuff is easy to target depending on how you do it. Bail bonds is kind of overdone. Attorney stuff is usually going to be competitive. but you can find certain terms and add the city on it. And like for instance, let's say best personal injury attorney, Anaheim. That people probably do search that, and you could target that across a lot of different locations, and it'd be a lot easier to rank for than personal injury. It would take you less time. You can rank for both, but the time and effort is really where the black hat stuff comes in, where you really don't want to put a lot of time and effort into something. You're more trying to automate a system, or you're more trying to manipulate. I don't want to I don't want to say manipulate, it sounds like a bad word, but you're really trying to manipulate the system. So on here, DUI lawyers is another good one. I haven't dabbled much in it, but so yeah, locksmith is obvious. AC obvious. Garage door repair obvious. Mold stuff is good. I don't know how many people deal with mold stuff, but mold remediation and other mold stuff is good. And then you see here, yeah, plumber good. Water damage stuff is real good. So yeah, if you get a national, this is what I would do once you get a national or location, whatever. Basically go in here. Let's just say it's locksmith, something like that. So there you go. That's your 1,000 keywords right there. I mean, I would avoid all brands. Don't try to rank for brands. You're just going to really get yourself in even on a black hat side, you have to know kind of when to draw the line. I mean, you could go rank for brands using this stuff, but using these techniques, but I would highly advise against ranking for brands. But like I said, like Elite Locksmith, that's probably a brand. So yeah, just check into it. But like locksmiths in San Francisco, you got to think. There's every city in California, people are searching that keyword plus their city. Google misses a lot of this local stuff. And plus, once you get the geolocation stuff working to where when they're searching near me, your stuff's popping up, then you're gonna pop up for a lot of this stuff anyway. Even when they search like locksmith near me and stuff like that, your listings are gonna pop up towards the top, depending on where you set up the networks at for what location. But yeah, you see here, I mean, plumber is the same thing. I mean, 2,000 keywords, and that's just where you can start, just on, and obviously, like I said, filter the brands. That's just where you can start on. I would, if I was starting from fresh and knowing everything I knew, this is the first thing I would do. I had lead gen, and I was doing exactly what y'all are doing. The first thing, I wouldn't bother with I would only really pull these keywords. If I'm strictly doing it for lead gen, I don't have clients, nothing, I would probably only just try to rank for all these keywords. The stuff that's already popping up in Ahrefs, and you know you're going to get leads and stuff off of, and make money off of them. But like I said, the generic keywords, everybody's searching for a plumber in their city. See, the thing is, when you get into 24-hour. Basically, it's like this. There's a certain amount of people out of 1,000 that are going to search plumber. Let's say 100 people out of 1,000 are going to search plumber. Then you have another pool of people that are going to search 24-hour emergency plumbing. That might be 10 people. So if you look right here, 24-hour emergency 30. Where was plumbing San Francisco? I just saw it up here. So that's got 30. So you got to think San Francisco is a decent sized city. So only really 30 people are searching that. Whereas you go to, like say Tustin, which is smaller than San Francisco, I'm pretty sure. I'm not real familiar with California, but just from what I know, I'm pretty sure Tustin's smaller. Look, it's got twice the volume. This is coming as a 5 keyword difficulty. Same cost per click range. And you see with this Yelp, it's 21 for plumber Tustin. Oh no, that's the traffic, sorry. It's number 1. So based on a number 1 and number 2, now this is totally estimates. I know none of this is accurate. But their estimate is on number 1, plumber Tustin, you get 21 traffic, and for 24-hour emergency, being in the number 2 spot, you get 4. That's basically 5 times as much traffic. So just keep that in mind. When you're starting new though, if you're just trying to drum leads and all that, yeah, I'd hit these 24-hour emergency plumbing. You can rank for this kind of stuff surprisingly fast. But for long-term stuff, try to go after these. If you have time to put in and you can, build up your networks and stuff like that, go after these main keywords. Because then you got to think, once you build these up and build these out, you can probably sell some of these networks to some of these local businesses, or even to some lead gen people. If you can show that you're generating, 100 to 300 leads a month for plumbing terms. But yeah, emergency plumber's another one you can go after. But just try not to get too cute with these keywords and just try to make keywords up. I think that's where most people get into have issues. You really don't want to make your keywords up. And you really don't. A lot of people say go after long tail. Yeah, long tail's fine. Long tail's good, but and it depends, search volume, all that, cost per click, all that. I'm just saying in general. Long tail's fine, but you have to understand with this local lead gen stuff, most people aren't typing long, drawn out keywords. They're typing plumber, they're typing emergency plumber, they're typing 24-hour plumber. So if it was me, I would get a handful of these keywords, and then let's just say you do have a client. Let's say I have a client in what's a good area I can use? Let's say I have a client just randomly in New York City. So I can come over here. There's this website called, it used to be mergewords.com, but TopTal or whatever bought it, basically to siphon the traffic from this keyword tool. So anyway, so now it's on that. But if I'll put the link in the Dropbox and then on the list, and then if you Google merge words and scroll down, you'll see it. So you really just need a tool where you can combine stuff like this. So I'd go down and just look at what different stuff's triggering. People tend to think the same way overall. I know it's hard to believe, but people really do think the same. So like I said, most people type plumber. Most people aren't typing random words that other people might tell you to go after some certain type of random words, but you really need to go after whatever the main keywords are in your city. I know I'm probably getting repetitive on it, but for this to work and you to generate leads and all that, you really kind of have to stick to a few rules. And let's just say we'll pick, 5. What was another one? Emergency plumber. I'm not saying to go after New York City. This is probably, I would guess plumbing services in New York City is probably one of the most competitive markets for plumbers. Just guessing. So basically you could do it like this. If you just had a client in New York City that just didn't want any other leads, I'd go over here, pop some of these in. And then these are basically the keywords these are the keywords I would blanket the search engines with. Especially if I had a lead gen deal to where I knew the more leads I delivered, the more money I made. I would go try to rank all these keywords with as many properties as possible with the click to call and all that on there. But that's what I'm saying. If you guys are in a, let's just say, what's a small town? I can't think of any small towns offhand, but let's just say Beverly Hills, for instance, would be a good one to use. I would guess it would be less competitive than New York City. So you could do Beverly Hills like that, and then you could do Beverly Hills. And then you'd have like 10 keywords to go after. You'd have like 10 keywords to go after with that. That's really all you got to do. If you have clients, certain locations, put up these lead gen networks and all this and start driving these leads to them, and using different techniques and stuff, and blanketing the SERPs is going to help a lot, because the more you push people down, the more properties you get on page one, you're pushing other people down, and you're giving them less chances to get the person you're trying to, the client or customer or whatever you're trying to get off of it. All right. So Yellow Pages is the same thing. You basically just go in here. This is how I would do it. Really, any site, this is kind of where I start out to find a list of easy keywords to rank for. So 3 million, then you go cost per click. And like I said, anytime you're doing lead gen stuff like that, you want to be like $10, $20 to filter the list. If you're doing e-com stuff, sometimes it might be less, or affiliate or whatever, it might be less. But for lead gen stuff, do 10 to 20. And then just hit apply. Then you can see here other stuff you got. Financial planner. Restaurant stuff, I mean, you could rank for it, but I don't know much about lead gen stuff for restaurant stuff, so. But if you had a client, but roofing, I don't know about electrician. I'm sure there's deals for them, but electrician's another good one if you can find a deal, or if you have a client. that's pretty much it. Just go through these sites. Then if with the volume, you want to go in here if you want to like cut stuff down, or you can do like 20 searches and up, or you can do like 0 or like 1 to 100. Those are probably pretty easy to rank for. Yeah, you see the keyword difficulty 0, which that looks like that's a company, but yeah, you got to know if these yellow pages, really the ideal page you're looking for, if you want to rank, you know, make it easy on yourself. You want a keyword where on page 1 of Google there's multiple pages like Yelp, Yellow Pages, MapQuest, Groupon, Angie's List, which is Angie.com I think now, Thumbtack. You want to see if you see, you know, 2, 3, 4 of those, you're gonna have an easy time taking that over. So that's kind of a, you know, nothing is set in stone, but that's kind of giving you guys an idea of ways to go find keywords to target and start ranking in. You got to think on some of these sites that you're getting listed on, you're getting set up on with your tracking numbers and all that. I'm getting leads through these sites outside of even rankings, so keep that in mind too. But you know, the main focus is taking over the first page of Google and generating leads, making money. All right, I think that's pretty good for the lead gen keyword stuff. I've been on here almost 30 minutes, so I'll move on to the next one. All right. All right. For this module, I wanted to show you guys how to find affiliate and e-com types keywords. All right. So you can always go to Amazon. Amazon's got a crazy amount of keywords. Excuse me. And basically the filters I put on this were Amazon ranking from 1 to 10, which that really doesn't even matter for what we're doing right here. But I got the volume at 10 to 1,000, the keyword difficulty at 0 to 5, and cost per click $10. So since this is e-com stuff, review stuff, you can probably drop this to like $1 or even less, really, depending on what kind of products you're trying to find. And then really you can put review over here to see which review. And then what I had tagged over here was if there was a video. There's 361,000 of what I just did. 280,000 when you add that it has that videos on page 1. So that's another good way there to try to find if you do stuff with YouTube videos. This training isn't on YouTube, but YouTube's another good way to rank and generate leads. Alright, I have this site here, cnet.com, which is basically tech products and stuff like that. Just whatever type of products you're looking for, you just need to find a site that ranks for a lot of keywords. And then you can kind of filter through there. Or you can go on the Keyword Explorer and do digging yourself, but you want to pretty much keep these filters If you want easy keywords, keep these filters around what I have them on now, which is the keyword difficulty always 0 to 5. If you're new, you should really be doing 0 to 5. And another thing about that is if it's got a lot of search volume, like if the keyword difficulty is a 0 and it's got 20,000 searches, there's a good chance that's not accurate. Just FYI, it's a good indicator, but it's not 100% accurate. But really, if you stick with the keyword difficulty, if you stick in between 1 to 5, because this goes to 100. I don't know if I told you that or not. So 1 to 5, you're really in the easy range. And then you can just, what I'm about to show you how to do, basically you can take these type of keywords and do the same thing like how we're doing lead gen, and I'm showing you how to do the lead gen stuff. If you want to do more affiliate stuff and other stuff like that, then you just need to focus on this type of stuff. Basically, we're just building networks for whatever you're trying to generate, leads or revenue or traffic or whatever you're trying to generate for whatever product or service, then you can use these networks for it. Like I said, that's cnet.com. So whatever if you're in the dog food niche or something, then go look up PetSmart. I mean, just look up whatever site is the giant site in your niche is a good one to start with. And like I said, you just whittle it away a little bit with these different features here where you can filter it down based on different requirements. So yeah, you see here a bunch of review. That's kind of review keywords are easier to rank for than the 9 times out of 10. There's always that one situation, but 9 times out of 10 the review keyword is going to be easier to rank for than the product keyword. So that's why I had reviews pulled up. So basically you could just have whatever affiliate thing, wherever you're trying to push traffic, put that on your review network and push traffic like that. Here's another one I found, consumerlab.com. It doesn't have a ton of keywords, but this is along the lines of like supplements, stuff like that. Just find any website in your niche, preferably one that has a lot of traffic, a lot of keywords, because that's the easiest way to pull them out. And this is basically the process. Keyword difficulty, I would always do first 0 to 5 if you're new or if you want to rank some stuff fast. Once you get to 10, 20, 30, 80, you can rank anything, don't get me wrong. But if you're looking for quick wins and you want to see some progress soon, then you need to go lower keyword difficulty. But you see here, pure encapsulations reviews. So basically what I would do is come on here and find different stuff, then go to Google and type different stuff like this, best ashwagandha supplement reviews. Affiliate. And that's all you need to do. There's affiliates for almost all this type of stuff. One way or another, you can be an affiliate for almost anything being sold on the internet. Alright, and then here's the keyword tool I kind of wanted to show for the people who want to use this. How I would do it personally, I would go try to find stuff with the keyword buy and not bye bye baby. So these kind of keywords here, obviously I mean, depending on what you do, you might want to steer clear of these kind of keywords, but it's on you. If you have, I mean, there's affiliates for stuff like that too. But go on here. And you're going to get a million ideas. I mean, there's stuff over here. You really just have to dig through here to find the stuff you want. So right here, you see here, where can I buy? For example, where can I buy? I don't even know what this is. Ite natural products. Okay, if people are searching, where can I buy that $300 a month? And just for instance, you rank for that. They click on there and you got a link saying here's where you can buy Ite or whatever that is. Or here, Skinny Girl, where to buy Skinny Girl products. And you build a network for that. And then when you take the traffic up, like I said, you put in your article where to buy Skinny Girl products. Yeah, right here. Click this link, and it'll take you right there. And then you send it to whatever affiliate stuff you have. I mean, the opportunities on this stuff are like endless. It's just really how much you want to dig in and find different stuff and test different stuff. But it's, I mean, there's billions of keywords. I just really wanted to kind of show everybody how to use something like Ahrefs. So if you want to get in here and get a little bit deeper. But if you're new, like I said, if you're new, try to stick to keyword difficulty 0 to 5. You can find good keywords for that keyword difficulty. And like I said, I mean, there's a lot of times you might rank something that makes you more money that's a low keyword difficulty than you going after some high keyword difficulty. Because at the end of the day, if you're not on page 1 and really towards the top of page 1, you might as well not even be in Google at all. I mean, the whole point is to push everything to page 1. And you might temporarily be on page 2, 3, or 4 or something like that. But the goal within a certain specific time period is to push everything to page 1. Because what a lot of people do is they get to page 2 or 3 and they stall out. See, I'm going to teach you how to not stall out when you get there. I'm going to show you how to run networks and tier 2s and other stuff to power up what you have, and you're not going to get stuck on page 2 and 3. You're going to be able to push past that and get to page 1 and really the top of page 1. Alright. Did I go over Hot Topic? Alright, I'll go over this one real quick. Hot Topic, I'm not sure if everybody pretty much knows what Hot Topic is. It's like a little store in the mall and wherever else. But they sell all this like little random stuff. So if you're into merchandise and stuff like that, come on here and you can see here like just different keywords. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Star Wars hoodie, and a lot of these are polling keyword difficulty 0 to 5. So for the most part, a lot of these you can probably rank. Star Wars hoodie, I'd probably stuff like that. I'd probably do a little more research, and not all the time, but a lot of the time, volume is another factor. If it's keyword 0 to 5 difficulty, but the volume's 3,000, you need to really kind of look into that a little more and see like the top however many pages, see if they're running links or running whatever. See, like this, for instance, I'll show you how I would dig into something like this. You just open the keyword, and then you'll see here Kohl's, Amazon, Hot Topic, Shop, Disney, Walmart, Etsy. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely doable. You see the URL rating on these isn't that high. This one's going to be To rank something like this would be a little more difficult than one of these lower volume. I mean, I'm just letting you know, you can rank whatever, but it's just going to take time, and you're going to have to put in the work and do the links and all that. Or you can find the easy stuff to rank, and you're not going to have to do as much of the back end stuff. So it's really up to you. Alright, but yeah, you can see on here just random different stuff. So if you do e-com or anything like that, or you drop ship or anything like that, you can go in here and look at this kind of stuff, and then go make networks for your drop shipping items or your branded products and all that. Because at the end of the day, it's the objective of these networks, like I said, is to generate leads, customers, etc., and to take up real estate in the search engine. So whoever your competitor is, they're down, and you're getting most of the money off of that keyword. But yeah, you see different stuff here. But yeah, you could always go to like reviews, and then you click here, and then keyword difficulty. If you just want to get a quick glance at something, you might be able to rank pretty easy. Like I said, just 0 to 5. In my experience, those are pretty easy to rank. You got to think too, a lot of these people, you might say to yourself, well, damn, that's a hot product. I don't, on just any, I'm not saying any specific one, just any of these. Well, damn, that's, that's got tons of searches. But a lot of these people are running ads, though. They don't do SEO at all. So when you do SEO and you know how to do it, you can basically cut into a lot of these rankings. So yeah, basically, and then you just use Patch. I'm going to show you how to use a website called patch.com to kind of poke the SERPs and to see which keywords are good to move forward on. But yeah, you see all here, it's just, I mean, like I said, I could do keyword research all day long. It's really just about finding some stuff and start testing it. Go into Article Forge, which I'll show you how to use. And you want to basically just make your articles and stuff for the networks, and yeah, see, there's a bunch of keywords. Make your articles and stuff for the networks, and then you're basically going to just go after whichever one of these keywords. You're going to go after these keywords and then the variations of the keywords. So I don't know if this is a good one. I'll just click on it and check. So yeah, there you go. That's perfect. This carousel, I don't even know what it is. But if you look, if this is your, product, whatever, if that's your main objective, I'll show you how to use Article Forge. You want to make a main network for that, and then you want to do like the supporting pages or whatever, and you want to come in and hit them with this kind of stuff. And then we're going to brand, as we're doing that, we're going to brand the new networks these keywords, so they start ranking for these keywords while pushing these other networks for these other keywords. So that's basically how it works. But you see here, there's plenty of keywords to go after. You just grab one of these keywords, and really with this, you could probably, you got to test it on Article Forge, because sometimes it'll pick up brands, but sometimes it won't. So test it with Article Forge, and then if not, I would just do nail fungus related type keywords. And then what I would do is I would name the networks and name the title of the articles with these keywords, which I'm going to show you how to do. So that way, even these long tails are going to end up, you're going to end up ranking for a bunch of this stuff, and it's all going to, when all this stuff adds up and you're really pounding these SERPs with these networks like this, you'll see you'll start seeing results from it. and start making money from it. All right, I think I've been on this one. Let me see, how long has it been? It's been almost 20 minutes, so that's pretty much it. There's not tons to keyword research. If it was me, I would stick to keywords that actually pop up, unless it's local lead gen and you're doing something like plumbers. I can't think of any small cities. Let's say like plumbers. Balch Springs is one in Texas that's smaller than like Dallas. But if you do it like that, then you can use the generic keywords and add whatever. But other than that, you need to stick to keywords that show they have volume, or at least that register in these tools. Because a big part of people not having success, once they actually know how to rank and all that, they go after keywords that aren't that they put all this work in and all this and do whatever, and then they don't end up making any money or anything off of it, or getting leads or getting calls or anything. So that's why I say the keyword. That's even why I did these modules on the keyword stuff. You really got to get your keyword stuff. You got to start learning how to do keyword research. So if you don't know how, and I know a lot of people you might have been in the game 5-6 years and you still don't do it. Look, I was stubborn. I didn't care about keywords for the longest time either, but trust me, that's you gotta get the right keywords to be successful in SEO. All right, I'll see y'all in the next video. All right, so I'll make this one kind of quick because there's really not too much to it, unless people get stuck. But basically, after you set some of this stuff up, if you don't have any partners, you need to come on a site like Ring Partner or Home Advisor or one of these lead gen sites. I don't use them because I have partners, but they're good for national campaigns. So you might not make a lot per lead, but it takes away the overhead and everything off of you. That way you just have a number, tracking number, and you basically just rank, send them the leads, and that's about it. Same thing with Ring Partner. Now for the affiliate stuff, you have sites like ClickBank, you have sites like Share a Sale, you have sites like JVZoo, where you can launch jack basically whatever you want to drive traffic to. You can pretty much do it. You just need to cater whatever your networks are. You just need to cater them to whatever type of leads you're trying to generate. So I don't know how touchy some of these companies are as far as what they're gonna approve or not, but it might not be a bad idea to build a couple networks out while you're before you start asking for approval. But some of these networks will approve you with no you don't have to have a website, you don't have to have anything. But and then of course you have like Amazon affiliate stuff you can do, Walmart affiliate stuff you can do. Launch jacking, like I said, and just any other way you can make money. But that's about it. If I need to do a longer video on this, I plan on doing some case studies. I'm kind of in the works of them right now, so I can do some case studies to where you see me actually signing up for these networks. Even though I don't necessarily do it now, I'll do it for the training, just to show everybody how it works and that you can actually make money with this stuff. Alright, I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Alright, the next thing you need to do is set up your tracking information for your lead gen offers. So how you do that is you want to sign up to CallRail or any company. I just use CallRail because it's the easiest to use. You want to come over here. When you first log in, it's going to put you here. And what you want to do is you want to go up here to the tab that says tracking, and you want to click on this box here that says create number, and then you want to click over here where it says I'll use it offline. And then you come in here, put your number, whatever it is. That's the number you want to forward the calls to. So when you sign up for Home Advisor or Bring Partner or any of those, this is when they give you a tracking number, this is the number. That's where you put this number, that tracking number right there. Click choose a phone number. If you're doing a lot in the local area, or if you have like a client in Dallas or something, I would probably use the local area code. But if I'm doing like a mass blast national lead gen project, then I probably use a toll-free number. And try to grab the one that sticks out to you as the easiest to remember. These aren't really I mean, they're just jumbled numbers really on CallRail, but so 0028 or whatever. So depending on the project, and then you just hit number feature. Whisper message. This is if you were sending calls to a client, you could put a message here. The caller doesn't hear it, just whoever answers the phone hears it. So you could have it say like call from Luke or whatever. And then you really kind of want to track all your calls by recording. I mean, check the laws in your state, but you really want to record all the calls. You just have to do that. So you have, evidence or whatever you want to call it when, if you're dealing with a partner's client or something that's saying, they got the lead from somewhere else or something like that, and you can go back and listen to the call and say, well, actually, on such and such date, this person called and you didn't know him and this and that. So you really just have to track everything. And as far as the legality of the recording, look it up in your state, but both parties may have to consent. So basically how I do it, I put this call will be recorded on every call, so I'm not listening to them for nothing but quality purposes, to make sure they're handling the leads right and doing everything they're supposed to do. That's pretty much it. You hit activate, and then you go over, and then once you do that, you want to go over here on the side to this box that says call flows, and you can do blank. Record your calls. Do you need to notify the caller? I would do it anyway, but yeah, look up your state. But I just always do it. I don't see why you wouldn't. So after that, you want to come down here and you can add a greeting. You see, I just click greeting. It just says this call will be recorded for quality assurance. And the next thing you need to do is come down here and go to geo routing and put your area codes in here. And come down here, what you want those area codes to do. Come down here and just whatever random number in here. 60 seconds. You can have it dial and redial if you want. If it's somebody that gets busy and they don't necessarily answer, You can have it dial for 60 seconds and then redial, or dial a different partner, you know, whatever. But you can have, I usually have mine dial and redial on the lead stuff, because there's a better opportunity to close the lead if they answer the call right away and deal with them. All right. And then after that, if they don't answer, we'll just send them to a voicemail, our voicemail. And you can put anything you want there. Then you want to come back up here. You can add another location. So let's say you could do like Miami or wherever. This box here is any other location. So if they call from any other location in your national network, this is where you want to route them. And then you get like a 1-800 number or whatever you're routing them to. "60 seconds. I would prevent voicemails." When you're doing lead gen, I mean, it depends on your relationship with the client, but most of the time, you want to prevent voicemail automated systems, sorry. All right. And then, unless it's interfering with your calls some type of way and you find out, then you might not want to do it. But just as a default, I would prevent voicemail automated systems. All right. So after it calls that, just send it to your voicemail if that's what you want to do. Oh, location 2. Hold on one second. And that's pretty much it. And then after you set that up, you go over here, go to your numbers, and find whatever number. Let me see. Let me find one I can show you one. You want to click right here. You can track all this stuff. I'm not really doing all that specific tracking. Oh, sorry. You want to click here on the top. And then the whisper message, you could say, you know, whatever you want it to say. And then the call flow would be the one we just created. So that would be this one. New campaign, whatever you want to call it. Save that. And then that's pretty much it. Then you just use your number like I'll show you how to trigger click to call on a lot of phones, iPhones, stuff like that. So that's pretty much it for that. Grab your number. All right, for the website stuff, affiliate stuff, you get tracking on some stuff, but if you don't get tracking on it, this is what you need to do. You need to you can go to any site, Bitly or anything, but I use this site called Capsule Link. And what you want to do is just make a free account and then click on this little button here. And whatever site you're trying to redirect to, hit Capsulate. And then that's your link right there. So you just copy that link. Oops, that was the wrong thing. What's going on? So that's the link right there. So then when you go to that link, it's going to go to YouTube. Whatever you put there, it's going to go to. And then the good thing about this is you can come over here. Some of this stuff's going to be crawlers, but a lot of it's going to be traffic, so you can track it. See, it'll show the clicks here, last 30 days, clicks total, depending on what you're working on at the time. And that's pretty much it for tracking. That's all you need. Just make sure to keep track of your stuff and make sure you record your calls and all that, and you should be good to get paid on your stuff. Alright, I'll talk to you all in the next video. Alright, here's a patch listing that I set up that I wanted to kind of go over and show you guys how to set it up. It's Patch is going to be a good site for poking. They index real fast, and they're going to show you how pretty much how easy a keyword is going to be to rank for just overall. These listings will get flagged from time to time, so just FYI. It really depends on location and stuff. Cali, Los Angeles and Cali seem a little rough. So I don't know if they have moderators or moderation or something they got going on. But for a lot of stuff, this will be fine and it'll work. Alright. So basically, you want to just copy your article over here. Do about 500 words. Go up here, name it your keyword, gigs and services. And like I said before, this is going to be your title. And the first of this is going to be your description. So just keep that in mind in the search. And then basically upload a picture. And put your keyword as the alt text. You can how I did this, what you need to do this is you need to go to, you can get a link from any website basically, and what you need, a picture, what you need to do is go on that picture, right click, and it'll say copy link address, and then you need to let me show you. So that's so this would have been basically you just go to Google, you find whatever image on whatever website, go on the website, right click, and then you'll see 3 or 4 down it says copy image address, and that's what you need to paste into here, and that's how you make the picture populate like that. And then you click on it, edit, put your alt text as your keyword, and you can link to your GMB or link to whatever, your landing page or whatever. When you click on this, you'll see edit. Click edit, and when it pulls that up, you'll see alt text link at the bottom. Whatever you make that link, when somebody clicks on this picture, it's gonna send them there. So keep that in mind. So I mean, you can use that for black hat purposes. I mean, or you can just send it to your own landing page and your own GMBs and stuff. And then on these, what you basically want to do, what you want to do with these is go over to this W3 Schools link, and whatever H2 and H3s you want, you need to paste it in here. Then you need to come down here and change the code right here for the header tags. There's no way to do it within Patch. You see all it has here is lists, link, underline, italic, bold. There's no tab, there's no nothing to do header tags on here. But I figured out a way to do it through just copying and pasting the HTML basically. You can do that on a lot of sites. That way you can control your header tags. Alright, so like I said, go over here, get some related keywords, whatever you're trying to rank for, whatever makes sense really. And keep in mind that a lot of times these keywords, these header tags are going to rank also, depending on the keywords. But once you get the momentum built up and the network built out, you're going to be ranking for a lot of these also. So, and then basically you just format it like that, hit this green button up top that says run, and then when you copy that, it's going to be formatted like that, H2, H3, or however you want to format it. So yeah, I just wanted to show y'all how to do that. And then the only other thing down here is you want to add an image, and this is going to be from your computer. The one up here you have to pull off a site. The one right here is going to be off your desktop. Just name that image the keyword, and then you just hit next. I think it'll say post here, but update. And that's pretty much it. Then you click here, it'll be here. And like I said, some of these will get burned, so, and get caught in filters, so don't panic if you lose a listing or something. This is more of like a when it gets by, you'll get leads and stuff off it, but we have other ways, and I'll go into it with these next sites, and also with how to automate and how to buy citations and stuff that we're going to be ranking for these keywords. So patch is a good one to rank. The main reason is it indexes real fast, and it'll show you, it'll give you a good idea based on you setting up your title, header tags, stuff like that, where you're going to land once you start trying to rank for this, how hard it's going to be to rank for. So I think that's about it for patch. We can go later on. We'll maybe I'll do a training later on how to do real in-depth stuff on patch on the on-page stuff, but I don't want you to spend too much time on it, because this is mainly to see where something's going to land and to find good keywords to go for. And if you spend too much time on it and then the listing ends up getting like flagged or something, you're not going to want to do it. So just what you just saw from me, that probably takes 5-10 minutes max to do that. Just get your articles ready and get a few images that make sense, and that's about it. So for patch, that's pretty much all you need to do. And then oh, I don't know if I showed you this, but go into edit profile, and you just want to come over here and get a random person, this fake person generator. So just click it a couple times, whichever one you want to go with that you like. Grab that and go fill out this information and your bio and all that. That'll probably help a little bit, make it last long, make your patch profile last longer. I mean, I have some that have lasted a while, but some of them will get caught in that filter, so just FYI. You might have to tweak the listing or something if yours gets caught on a different account. And that's pretty much it. Fill this out. Excuse me. Fill this out, and you really don't have to do anything to the patch listing for it to index. If it takes more than, if you do it this way with the header tags and stuff, if it takes more than an hour, then you want to do something like run a link building tool to it, or you want to do like run an indexer like Omega or something. You can run a link building tool like Scrapebox or RankerX or something like that. But these should just index on their own. You shouldn't have to do too much if you format it the way I just showed you. Alright, that's about it for patch. Alright, I just wanted to show you guys something real quick. that other patch listing I was working with, they burned it. I think I went a little too heavy on some of the stuff I was doing. Plus, you don't want to. I've been doing a lot of stress testing with it, and you don't want to. Like if you change your posts and delete and repost and do all that, sometimes you can trigger a problem. But I wanted to show you real quick. It's not even an issue because. Excuse me. If you look here, you see 22 minutes. I just made this listing. It doesn't take long at all to rank these, to put these on page 1. So if you get a listing taken down, don't even worry about it. Just go make another listing. So I don't know if they have some type of filter thing set up or what, but some of them make it through, some of them don't. So just go upload another one. That's why we have the main like money site type pages like Google Sites and stuff that are going to last a lot longer, so that way when you rank them, you know, I have Google Sites and other people do too that have been ranking for 3, 4, 5 years. So those type of sites are going to stick around. Patch is more like a classified whatever, but it's real good for poking these SERPs, these search engines, because you see 20 minutes and it's indexed and on page 1. So that goes to show you that'd be a good keyword. Or, you know, whenever you're testing, if you see it pop up page 1 or 2, that's a good keyword to go after. As long as you do your title tag and make sure everything's decent on that, and put your image in there and everything. Alright, I just wanted to give that little update so you guys can see if you do have an issue where you lose one of these listings, don't even worry about it. You just make another listing. All right. All right, guys. G sites. This is pretty self-explanatory, really, if you've dealt with G sites, but put your keyword up here. You want to do a few pages up here for supporting content that link back to the home page, and just put your keywords, you know, wherever. When you link this, if you're setting up a page and you do the TEL plus link and it doesn't work, if you try it on your phone and it's an error, you need to format. This is how you need to format your phone. Your phone numbers. You need to do 1-713- and do it just like this. Because a lot of phones, I know iPhones for sure, pick that up as a click to call. So I don't have an Android, so I don't have a way to test, but Safari for sure picks that up as a click to call. You know, a lot of people have iPhones, so make sure you format it like that. That TEL does work on some sites, but test it on your phone after you do it to make sure it works. That's the same way you need to format also. That's the same way you need to format it on Patch for it to work, click to call. Google site, every one I'm about to show you, you need to format it like this. You don't even have to put a link to it. And you'll see when you go to it on your phone that you can click to call. Alright. Same thing on here, you just want to do the H tags and stuff like that. So, you know, just make it basically a landing page. These are, I'm going to show you 5 that you can set up manually that you're going to kind of use like money pages or like websites. And these are ones that are going to most likely, you know, stick for a while, like the Google sites and these other ones. I'm going to show you. So these are the ones you can set up manually, and then I'll show you how to do some automated stuff also. And that's about it. I don't think I have to get too in depth. We're doing the same thing we just did for Patch, where we made an article on Article Forge and then copied it onto here. It's the exact same process. And then what you want to do is some different keywords and then set it up there. Make sure you put your click to call on all the pages. And yeah, just do the header tags. Do them inside. I think you can do them inside of Google. If you can't do them, I can't think right now. If you can't do them inside of Google, use that tool I told you about, this w3schools.com, and just do it like that. And a lot of times you can get around ones that won't let you do it doing it this way. Alright, so that's about it for Google sites. I'll show you how to easily rank these and these other ones using automated links. Cheap links, I won't say free. Technically they're free, but there's a monthly cost to having the tools. But you're not limited by the amount of campaigns you can run, so you can do 1,000 campaigns in a month if you want. Alright, so that's pretty much Google sites. I'll move on to the next one. Alright, thanks. Alright, and for this, Blogspot is another one you can rank easy. It's just a high authority site that's just easy to rank. You can rank this stuff with spam. You don't have to spend a bunch of money on links or really traffic or anything. So basically what you want to do is come in here, put your keyword up here. Just some type of explanation of what you do. You want your keyword, or similar right here. Your image. This is basically the same content. Now on these, you're going to find out when you go to this page and look on your phone, this is how you need to format this on this site for the click to call to work. And then when you go on here, it's formatted like this. So you really need to check this when you set it up, because I notice a lot of people, especially on Patch, they're coding it with the TEL plus, but that's going to give you an error. That doesn't work at all. I don't know why you would do that. It's like people don't check. People just assume that you can't do it without testing and trying stuff, and then they just a lot of the ones I noticed being posted just in general, they're trying to do the click to call code thing in there and it's not working. So what you need to do on this one, put it in the first part of this description here. That way when you go on this blog spot here, even when you're on the main page, when you scroll down, you'll see you can click on that and call. And then if you click one of the posts or come here by one of the posts, you see that's right there too. You want this click to call now at the top of every page pretty much. Because like I said, once all this stuff gets to ranking and you're getting traffic for different keywords and all this, you want those phones ringing. You really don't want to build all this out for no reason. I mean, that's a waste of time. You're building this out, or whatever you're building out, you're doing it to generate leads. So you need to make sure this phone number is on every page and make sure it works. Don't just stick some code in there without double checking on a phone or something, and then you find out it's erroring out and messing the whole. You don't want to do that. Then you're going to end up losing the customer, period. They're probably going to back out of the site once it errors their phone like that. So yeah, just code it how it needs to be coded, and then once you do it, and this is just for any page in general, go to your phone and check it. Alright. And that's basically same thing. Just use that Article Forge content or whatever article creator you have. And do a bunch of content because you're going to need it for these networks. That's the main thing you need, is that content. And I wouldn't pay anybody to write articles. You're going to end up spending too much money. You need to get something like Article Forge that's I can't even think offhand how much it costs, 50, 60 bucks, that can churn out 1,000 articles, 2,000, 3,000 articles. So just keep that in mind. So that's basically it. I'm gonna put these on a sheet so everybody can look at these, how I set these up. That's basically all you need to do. Then you really want to interlink between these main like 5-6 sites you set up. That's pretty much it for Blogspot. Alright, this is another site that you can set up a landing type page on called mystrikingly.com, and it's a pretty strong page. You can rank these, and you'll see here it's really just a one page landing page. So this is how you want to format your phone number here. And I do the red call now because I'm really trying to draw people's attention to the call now. Like I said, I do this to generate leads. Yeah, just add some little content here. It really don't take more than 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes to set these sites up. Or if you want to give the training to a VA and have them learn it, and then you'll really be cooking then. But for the people just getting started out, you don't have to set a ton of these up. Just go after smart keywords and something that you're going to get paid on once you start getting calls. That's pretty much it. Just make some little logo, make it look like a little business. Get a tracking number. And you'll see that doesn't do anything right here, but when you're on your phone, you'll see. iPhone, I know for sure I can click to call these numbers. So I'm not sure about Android, but Safari for sure. That's pretty much it. That's just another one. That's really kind of a good landing page right there. If you don't want to buy like domains and all that, I'm basically showing you how to do like how to get some landing pages and ones that you can also rank. And you don't have to go get a bunch of hosting and websites and all this other stuff. That's why it's Parasite SEO. You're basically you're using other big sites' authority to rank your stuff, so you don't have to spend millions on links and all that like these sites do. You're basically piggybacking on those, on what they've spent and what they've done. So that's pretty much it. Just go in here. Like I said, I'll make this available, and this is basically the template right here. If you don't want to like sit and think about something, just use this as a template. Whatever it is, if it's roofing or whatever, just put your little bullet points here. Go on one of these roofing sites and just find some bullet points of what they do, and boom, that's all you need to do. Maybe rewrite it if you feel like it. But that's about it. That's mystrikingly. That's another one you can do manually. That'll be good to like last, and then you can eventually actually 301 these to a domain, and these are real strong when you 301 them like that. Once you hit the mystrikingly with enough links and power it up, then once you redirect it to another website, it'll be a strong, it'll power that site up nicely. So that's pretty much it for mystrikingly. Alright, here's another one I picked, Brave Sites. These are all basically along the same concept. You're getting these authority sites that you can control the on page on. And that's what's so strong about these sites. Like when you're doing YouTube videos, you're stuck with those numbers and those random numbers and letters at the end. You can't change the URL. If YouTube had it structured to where your keyword was in the URL, you could rank YouTube even easier than you can now. Because that URL structure, that pulling the keyword from the URL is a strong, if you test stuff, that's an obvious ranking indicator. Same thing with the title, same thing with the header tags. You'll see even with those patch when you run them, and some of these too, you'll put keywords for your header tags. People say header tags. Some people say H2, H3 don't matter. You'll put some of those keywords for your header tags and you'll see those ranking for those the keywords you put in those header tags. So you'll know for sure. Parasite patch is a good one to test Parasite stuff with, because like I said, it indexes so fast. You just have to set it up right and it'll be good to go. You'll have some of those keywords and some of the pages indexing like within 30 minutes. But if it doesn't index within an hour, you need to either stick it in an indexer or go run links to it or something, or change the on page or something, because it should index within an hour for sure. And really, to be honest, it should be ranking somewhere within an hour. So get a rank tracker. I use a good one on my phone called SEO Edge. It's on iPhone. Put patch.com as your website, and then as you test different you can do this with any rank tracker. I'm just giving you an idea how I do it. I'll go in here, whenever I test whatever I test, I'll put it in that patch.com, and I'll check like every 20-30 minutes or whatever, and you'll see where it lands pretty quick. So that'll give you an idea. You really want to be on the first 2 or 3 pages. The higher up patch lands, probably the easier it's going to be to rank and to flood the SERPs. But if you go along with my keyword research that I already put out, and you already probably watched, if you stick to that 0 to 5, you're not going to have any problems, because you're using sites that have a lot of authority. And not only authority, a lot of these sites, you control the URL structure. You can put your keyword in there. You control the title of the article. You control the header tags on them. You can add images in them. You can add videos on these pages. There's all kind of stuff you can do. So that's pretty much what the whole concept is. But here's another one. This is how you have to format this one. So if you basically, you can make it a H3 tag to make it bigger, and then you come in here and what I usually do is I'll make the call now red, and I'll make the number blue, or sometimes it automatically makes it blue. So this is how I like to see it. It draws your eye because it's a bright red and it's a bright blue. So that's the first thing you're going to look at. And then obviously if you're looking for whatever service we're providing, you're going to click on that. That's pretty much it though. Same thing in here. It's just the same. It's the same concept on all of them. You want to control the header tags and do what you want with them. You want that click to call. You want to be able to add images and alt text and stuff in here. If you double click this, it pulls the alt text. And then, like I said, header tags, and then go on Unsplash and go on that Pixabay and stuff. Get some free images to use. That way you don't have to take people's images. And that's all you need. And then in a little bit later video of the series, I'll show y'all how to run links, which is really how you're gonna push a lot of these up. But that's about it for this. Just set up like one page. I mean, you can do 3-4 pages if you want. What I would do, just in the very beginning to get stuff rolling, I would set up like one page and just make sure that you're when you check on SEO Minion, try to make sure that your title tag, description, and your header tags and all that look good, and that's what you want. As long as they're related, that's good. That's pretty much it right there for Brave sites. I can show y'all some more that you can set up, but I mean, this is pretty much good here. We're going to be pushing these, and we're going to be pushing these other ones with Ranker X networks, so we're going to have a lot of sites that we'll be able to use. So these are just 5 that you can set up that you don't have to do any phone verification and like jumping through hoops and trying to prove that you're a business and all that. And I also have another guy that I use on Fiverr. He's pretty cheap. He'll do a bunch of citations and get you in a bunch of directories. It's only like a $5 gig, and he does quite a few of them. So for the people with a little bit of budget, or some, you know, that want to invest a little bit into the whatever project they have, there's a couple ways to do it that'll help you generate leads faster. But for the people who just don't have a big budget and whatever, you can do this manually all day long. You know, it'll just it'll just take longer and stuff than versus you going and getting automated tools to do links and stuff. I would highly advise doing that if you have the budget, but if not, I mean, you can jump in here and start doing this and start ranking now. And just keep building out these manual sites, linking back if you don't have any software. That's pretty much it for Brave sites. All right. So for the people who haven't used RankRX, I'll do a short overview how to use it. It's really not that hard at all. And then I'll set up a campaign so you can see how we're going to use it for this particular situation. Alright, so basically what you do is install Scrapebox, do that, and then run it, and then when you open it, you'll get this little box right here when you run it, and you want to hit Open Application. And every time you also run it, you want to hit Check for Updates. But when you open Application, it's going to open it in Chrome, or it's really going to open to whatever default browser you have. So the settings are a little bit different depending on what browser you have. But you want to go in here to Options, General. You want to go in here, number of retries. One's probably good unless you want to take more time up. Depending on how many proxies you have, that's what you set the max number of threads and the browser threads at. So I'm doing 110. I have like over 200 proxies. So, and then your proxies right here. And when you put them on there, you want to put your proxies on here and then check proxies. RankerX will automatically check them too, and it won't run a campaign if you have all bad proxies. You need at least one good proxy. Okay, and then the CAPTCHA stuff, you can use death by CAPTCHA or 2 CAPTCHA. Same thing with no CAPTCHA, you want to use probably 2 CAPTCHA over here. And death by CAPTCHA is like a backup. Article builder you don't have to worry about since we're using Article Forge, but you can use it if you want. Spinner, you can set up your spinner over here, Word AI. The only problem with that is it takes forever, so if you do have Word AI and you're using Article Forge, if you do it on the site, it's a lot faster. You won't have to sit around waiting so long. That's ultra spinnable articles. That's like, I think, a software company or something. They sell articles. Indexer, I'm using Omega. They don't have Omega on here, so that's the main one I'm using now. Index inject is okay if you want something to run a lot of links at. Just put your API key in here. And then this I never use. Block sites, that's like if you see something pop up on, this is mainly if you're running for like clients, but if you see something pop up on these sites that you don't want to run pages on these sites, like these here that I flagged, basically put them on here and RankerX won't run that for it. So that's pretty much it for setting up the settings, and then I'll show you how to run a campaign next. Alright, so next what you want to do, you want to come over here to the to some of your articles that you've made and just grab one of these articles. Actually, these should have been spun with Word AI, but for the people that aren't going to use Word AI, well, I can, let me click this real quick. I'll show you how to do this, and I'll show you how to use the built-in spinner also. So that's pretty much what you need to do for Word AI, and it's going to do it. And then if you come over here and go over here, this is kind of confusing at first, but once you understand how these different tabs work, it's easy. Go to content buckets, new content bucket. Jeez, I can't spell today. Then you want to go click the I to get inside it. Click new article. And then if you see here, this is your article. So then if you use the built-in spinner, normally that would work. Let me show you the difference. I've been having an issue on this RankerX with spinning for some reason. Usually on RankerX you can hit this built-in spinner, it's going to spin it for you, but for some reason it's been messing up on this one. But it should work on yours. I'll have to send them a ticket or something. Alright, now you can see that this has been spun. So grab this, and this is really how I do it. I'm just going to go through and pretty much show you how I do it. So you want to copy paste your spun article there. Then you want to copy and paste. This is the title right here, this first. And you can preview it to make sure it doesn't look weird or anything. That's probably fine, really. Then you can, add a few spins yourself if you want. Just have to format it like this, with the squigglies and then with the line break in the middle of the other stuff. in between the keywords. So then if you preview, 2.4 just doesn't look right. Even though it really doesn't matter, because a lot of this stuff is just getting mass blasted, but at the same time you don't want anything that looks off. So copy that and paste it here, just because this had the 2.4 and all that, so that it'll actually make sense. And then what I would do is so basically what you can do is just come over here and add Houston Heights. You really kind of want to put that in the first line and the first when you run these networks. Then click on author name and bio, auto generate, and then when you preview, you'll see that it looks, that's about what you want it. Just different 24-hour, 24/7 type keywords. So that looks fine. Then you come down here and click Save Changes. Then New Article, and just grab another one. Come over here, and really we should spin it, since we're having issues. You usually, when you're running links like this, you usually want to do very unique, because you really don't care about the content that much. Alright, so while that goes there, we'll go back over here. Yeah, but you see here, it doesn't take long. It takes like less than a minute, so that's why I say too, make sure when you pick these niches, you pick something where you're going to make money, because you don't want to waste time. And you know, testing out and whatever's even good, like with maybe some smaller keywords, but once you start ranking those and get comfortable ranking those, then bump it up and start going after some of the more main keywords. Alright, so we got that. You really want to drop your location in there. I mean, you can do it a few times. It just depends on how quick you want to knock these out. If you're really trying to optimize it for like a client or something, then I would probably drop it in there a few times. And I'd probably scan the article a little more to make sure it wasn't like bad grammar or anything. But you can always change these. You're going to have the login information, so it really doesn't. The first run is just to see where everything lands and what you need to bump and push. Alright, go to again, author name, bio, auto generate, preview. And that looks pretty good to me. Save changes. You're really going to want to do this until you get like 5 or 10 articles. I'm going to do this like a shorter run on it, so I'm not going to like go through all this repetitive the repetitive motions. You just need to do 5 or 10. And then once you do that, you want to come over here to Turbo Wizards. Oh, hold on. Hit New Wizard, and we'll name it 24/7 Houston Heights. And now that they flagged one of my listings, now I'm gonna really tear up the search engines to show them. So I'm definitely gonna go hard at it. I'll flood the whole thing. Alright, keywords in your money site. So Your money site would be any of these sites that you set up that are long-term landing pages. And you just, do each one. Every time you do a run, just do one of those. So grab that. And that's the key. That's the URL. You'll go up to primary here. And really a way easier way to do this. Let me show you real quick. I think I showed you guys earlier, but I should save some. Go to this site, Top Tall. It used to be mergewords.com. And go in here and do something like just maybe like 5 real quick. And then you can do the short version of the state, long version, and then you'll have 10. So that's probably plenty. You want to go there. And that way, instead of sitting here typing out Locksmith Houston over and over and over, you use something like that. Merge words, it's going to make it easier and faster. I'll put a list of generic words in the training, but generic would just be like click here, website, visit this site. So what I would do on these on these My Striking Leads, these high authority sites, I would do like probably 60 to 70% keywords. And what you can do for secondary is add some of the keywords without the like this. You can do secondary like this. And you really just put them in there because you want to separate the percentages that you're doing of each one. So click here, I would probably do like 10 to 20%. 15 is fine. With the primary, I would do like 60%. And then 25 is good for secondary. Then you want to come down here. Now this is important for branded. Basically for what we're doing, this is important. And just link building overall, you really want to understand how to be able to like manipulate the username and titles and all the stuff on these pages, so they'll be a lot more valuable to you instead of you just running some random accounts with like strange names on them and stuff like a lot of these people do. Alright, so if you hit auto generate, it'll this is if you have somebody else do this for you, or you get these off Fiverr, you're going to get some combination like this, just random words together. But what I would do for these networks is put whatever you want. This really needs to be a keyword, so keep that in mind. This really needs to be a keyword. Alright, so how I would do it is old way before version 1135. Come down here, you really want to do probably like 60%. You'll get plenty of sites if you do 60%. Select high PR sites first. I don't do double tiers and 3 tiers and stuff at once, but if you want to set up tiers, you just set it up here. You do have to set up the content bucket for it to work though. This is for tier 1. So just content bucket for tier 1. And that's that Houston Heights one I just did. and you can just do it between sentences, because if the keyword's not on there, you don't want it to have issues posting. Alright, and then you'll have to select one for this. So just do the Houston Heights one. Same thing. Alright, I think it's all good. You'll know down here if it's not. The blurb thing, you can, if you have GMBs or YouTube videos, you can embed a video or a map into the blurb. I'm not really dealing with YouTube videos and GMBs on this, but you can do that if you want. Alright, and then what do I go to on here? It's one I made called Profit Parasite SEO. And it really just has a few Web 2 and the wiki pages and the stuff that ranks set up to run. Alright, then you want to go down here and just put it like ahead a day, or else it won't let you save it. Save and create campaign. You want to go down here and click that. Then you want to delete the schedule. And then you'll see down here it's set to build 443 sites, which between proxies and caption, all that, it'll probably do like half of that or so, but that's plenty of sites to rank. So just hit start project. And you'll see down here the accounts being built. Alright, I wanted to show you, for the people that want to get, that just want to go grab citations for cheap for projects, and even people who want to run RankerX and also get these local citation pages. I did a bunch of testing on Fiverr and spent a bunch of money and tested different stuff, and I found the best ones for the cheapest price, basically. And this guy here, I'll put his URL in the training information, but you basically get 50 citations and you get the login information and everything like that. I've tested this with like lead gen numbers and made up addresses and all that. You can do all that. You can just flat out make something up, a business, and it's kind of funny to think about, but you can just flat out make something up and it'll take it, and even the tracking numbers and all that. So I'm doing some case studies along with this. I don't want to make them public yet, so I'll get a little time to build them out before people start attacking them. But yeah, this one right here is good. If you look right here, you'll see the ones that you get: Mana, Easy Local, American Towns, Merchant Circle, Hot Frog, all these different sites. And you can basically, you can run links to all these sites and you can rank the majority of these sites. MapQuest, City Square, Define Local, N49. So these are all good. Brown Book, Bark's a good one. These are all good pages. Like I said, $5. And if you get these, you really need to figure out some type of software like RankerX or at least Scrapebox or something to run links, because you really, doing SEO, you really kind of have to run links. So that's I'll probably make some servers available like I did last time for the first couple months, so people don't have to rush out and buy all these tools and all this. I'll have it all set up on the server for people that sign up, and then we can just rent hours like we did last time. People can just book the hours. But yeah, this Fiverr one is good though, so I tested a bunch of them. Don't let the $5 price tag fool you. He'll get you listed in these 50. And there's other ones on there. I mean, test different ones, but this is just an easy grab. A little $5. You can do this for your clients or anything. These listings here are fine. They're perfectly normal, natural business listings. So, just wanted to let you know about that for the people who just want to go buy and not have to worry about it, especially on the tier 1 stuff. I would still do the stuff manually. At least one money page. I would at least build one manual page like I showed you with one of those sites that you can manipulate the on page and all that with. But if you have a good lead gen deal, it's good to be in all these sites because there is local traffic on them and people do go on there and click those numbers and call and do all that. So I just wanted to give people another way to do it, especially in the beginning if you want to get it rolling and you don't want to build all this stuff out. I mean, you could have a VA do this too. So, but $5, that's a good deal. Alright, I'll see y'all in the next video. Alright. For the people that don't want to do anything with Scrapebox or anything, this is another person I use for that. This person is almost impossible to find on Fiverr unless you know the username, because if you type like blog comments, whatever, you won't find them. You need to go up here and Fiverr.com, and then it's just have some fun. But basically what you can do with these gigs is you can order this 5,000 blog comments. That list I just showed you that you got for $5, the 50 citations, you can plug those 50 citations into this have some fun Scrapebox gig, and that way if you divide 5,000 by 50 you get 100. So you're basically going to be getting, with this one $5 gig, you're going to get 100 links or so to each one of your listings. And then what you would do is you would just go in there and just give him the links and give him the keywords, and he'll run the Scrapebox for you. So basically for $5 you can, for like $10 you can get the citations, and you can do quite a few backlinks to them. And a lot of people will trash like blog comments and stuff. They don't really use blog comments right if they trash them, because blog comments work if you use them right. And powering up these high authority and tier 1 also, they definitely work. You just have to split up. You wouldn't want to run 5,000 at one of those listings. You just have to split it up. So you like I said, if you really only need two types of software. You need RankerX, or you need some way to build links like that, or these citations. You can use either or both. And you need a way to run Scrapebox, or come on here and you can get this guy to do it for you. I don't really have time to make lists and do all that and all that, so I'll just give you one of the guys that I use. and he's good. So I usually do a mix of these different gigs, so I'll just pick some random. They're all pretty good, and if you check the links afterwards and stuff, you'll see he posts the links and all that. They work for sure. You can really run these at any high authority page, but citations and stuff is good for that. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you how to get on Fiverr if you want to get the ball rolling, and start doing that. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Alright, now after you do that, you want to grab your citations, either the ones you got on Fiverr, the ones you manually built, whatever. I'll just show you the Ranker X ones to make it easy. Alright, so let's just say, for instance, I just want to take the bottom like 10 sites or so. Generally, when I'm trying to rank these, I'll look for the ones that have the keyword in the URL, but this live journal is fine. So what I'll do is I'll grab that. Then you go back over here to content buckets. What you want to do with the content bucket stuff is you want to you really want to do new content buckets for each one, but for this purpose, to shorten the time down, I'll just show you how to do quick tier ones. So basically, grab one of these that you just set up, and you hit this little 2 sheet button. It says duplicate, and then you just name it whatever you want to name it. Hit the I, and you'll go into it. And what you can do is drop these keywords here. These URLs here, and basically you can keep the keywords the same for this. And then what I would do for this one, change the just whatever you think people are probably searching for. Those are the ones we want to target. You know, people look for reviews, so I'll even do it Houston Heights, so the easier the keyword is, you'll be able to see the changes quicker and the site's ranking quicker. So that's why I'm doing it for Houston Heights, just to show you, to shorten the time it takes to rank and stuff, and to show you how you can do it. Alright, you can with this one you can really do 100% if you want, or you can just do 80, or however many you want to do. I'll do 100 for this one. And then for links per article, I would always keep that at 1 unless you're running 2 variations of the same URL, like your home page and an inner page. But usually I always keep that at 1. You don't want to mix a bunch of your tier 1s on the same page. That's gonna, I've seen that cause problems for people. So save and create campaign, and then like I said, you go in here, click this I, delete the schedule, and just hit start project. One other thing I want to show you can do, if you're running tier 1s, or you're wanting to make sure that you're getting the best type of sites, what you want to do is you want to come over here, hit this edit button, and then click on this do follow thing here, and go to no follow, and hit deselect. You'll see 740 sites right here. When you're trying to rank, you mainly want to run do follow links. So you'll see 740 here. You deselect and it goes down to 576, which means that there's 576 do follow in the list versus 740 with the no follow. And then save that, and then you just hit start project. One more thing for this Ranker X I want to show you guys real quick. Go to wizards. Go to new wizard. And you can do Houston Heights or whatever. Alright, go into that wizard, and then what you want to do is, I'll show you real quick how to make your own diagrams. It's like stuck up here in the corner. There we go. Alright, so for what we're doing for the branded networks to try to rank, I just have social, Wikipedia, and Web 2. So how you would set that up real quick is just like this, and that's all you have to do. Takes like 2 seconds. Then you want to go up here. Well, if you want to add indexers into it to auto index, drag 3 indexers. Oops. And then connect those to the sites. You can set it up to auto index, but like I said, I use Omega, and Omega's not offered on there, so. The main type of sites you're going to want to rank are like Wiki, Social, and Web 2. Pretty much. Then you just want to go up here, Save Diagram. Here, let me, I showed you how to do the indexer, but I'm going to take it out for this. For my thing. So you want to take something out, you just delete it, it's easy. And you can really build these up. Let me save this real quick and I'll show you. I do one tier at a time. I like to control it. Plus I like to check to make sure the links are live and all that. So I'm not running a bunch of tier 2, 3, 4 links to dead pages. But if you go on here and open diagram, they have some of these, you'll see there's some crazy ones on here. So yeah, you can fool around with these. I mean, test them out. I just do it the way I do it because I like to control it by tier. But if you click on there, you can just look through them. So you'll see this one's kind of crazy too. Compared to what I'm doing, I just run each tier. That's pretty much it. So that's how you do it. And then once you go in the Turbo Wizard, at the bottom when you first start, when you get ready to save and do that, you'll pick whatever diagram you just saved, whichever one you want to use, that's the one you'll pick. So that's pretty much it for Ranker X. And then you pretty much just watch your, usually it doesn't take that long. It's kind of going slow right now, but you'll see it's 300 and some sites deep right now. The one I just set up is making accounts, and it's 300 and some accounts right now it's made. So all right, that's pretty much it when it comes to Ranker X. That's all you need. Just grab your citations, grab your money pages, whatever. I wouldn't run links like this to a money page. When I say money pages, I don't mean your website, your main website. I mean the different Web 2.0s and stuff like that you're trying to rank. Alright, so that should be good for that one, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, I know you guys like black hat stuff, so I'm going to go into how basically to just start blasting these and speed the process up. And really you can rank a lot of these you can rank a lot of these high domain authority sites with pretty much just spam. And the thing about it is, alright, I was going to say the thing about spam is it's pretty cheap. When you can rank stuff with spam, if you're on some type of budget or something, you don't have a big budget, this is really kind of the cheapest, easiest way to make money online. Once you get this system set up and you're putting these networks out. And like I said, you can also embed videos, embed GMBs on these networks, and I would do that if you have them. I'm just not getting into those specifically because the people that I've been talking to want stuff other than GMBs, because GMB's been getting hit so hard lately. People want to be able to diversify. So basically how Scrapebox works, it's real easy. You just come in here, manage, do your proxies to where it's name, port, and then user pass. I'll put the format in the Dropbox, and then you want to load them in here. That's pretty much all you need to do for this. You don't need content, you don't need anything. You want to come up here to add-ons, tools, name and email generator, generate and transfer the emails. And then you want to open this names file, and that's the names file is where your keywords are gonna go. I think I have merge words open over here. So just for instance, you could grab these keywords. And then I'll put this general comments and stuff in there. And then you go over here to blog. Blogs are going to be your list. The list you want to blast, basically. See if I have any ones on here that are good. Recent. The success list is probably fine. Then I just randomize all these. This is all you have to do for this too. The only other thing you really would have to do is come up here to settings and go to connections. And depending on how many proxies you have, you want to match that to poster. So if you have, let's just say you have 50 proxies, then you'd want to be at 50 or lower on this poster. I have rotating, and it's set at, I think I have like 200 on this one, so I have it set at 80 right now. You get above 80, 100, it depends on what tool you're working with, but what computer you're working on, but it can start like lagging your computer, so depending on what you're on is basically what you can run it as. Alright, so then you just want to test comments and make sure that it's matching up to what you put in there, and then you just hit start poster, and that's pretty much it. And it's just going to go and blast all these out. And see, that's why Scrapebox is a good tool to use, because you could hit this whole list. You could get a, like, let's say your list is 300. You can go get a 100,000 list and hit that, and hit all 300 at the same time. That's what's good about these mass blasting software tools. GSA is the same way, and you can use GSA the same way, but I just use Scrapebox. It's just convenient for me. So that's basically it. Between RankerX and Scrapebox, you really don't need much else. You want to you really want to hit these authority pages at do a few tiers, the ones you want to rank. You know, I blast them all just to see where everything's going to land. But when you do see some progress and you want to really push some to number 1 or the top of page 1, you're going to want to tier out some links. So you're going to want to run links to the authority site, and then you're going to want to run links to those links. So really the best way to do that is run RankerX as tier 1, do the do follows, and then come in here and do a Scrapebox blast to the do follow, the RankerX stuff. And you can also hit your citations just straight on, so keep that in mind too, to rank them. So yeah, you just let this run and that's it. It'll run all night. If you have one of these VPS, this is a smart SEO VPS, and it's, I want to say it's like 20 or 25 bucks a month, and it comes with Scrapebox on it and some other tools also, but mainly Scrapebox is what I use it for. Alright, that's about it for the link building. I don't really want to complicate it. This is really the cheapest, easiest way to do it. Unless you want to get into building your own PBNs and doing all that and going and buying guest posts, and most people don't want to get all into that unless there's more people in my training that have clients and all that and want to know if they have a budget where they can go spend. I can make a module on that, but we'll have to see how it goes. But this is the easiest way to do it, just Parasite wise, to where you're not trying to spend a bunch of money and you're not trying to set up a bunch of like different stuff that you're gonna have to pay hosting and domains and all this. This is basically just, you could be just starting an SEO and not have that much of a budget and just get some of these tools, and you can rank stuff. So all right. Alright, so I'm going to show you a quick way to build these out, just so you can have some properties, free properties to use that I showed you in the other ones. So basically what you want to do, you're going to need some Gmail accounts or some type of email account, but Gmail is going to make it easier. Alright, and I guess for the G sites and the Blogspot you might need Gmail. I'm not sure. I mainly use Gmail, so I don't know much about other email carriers, to be honest with you, other than like domain name stuff. Alright, so basically what you want to do, log into your Gmail and change your little picture up here to whatever you want it to be. Then you come over and sign up for Patch, and it's going to ask you your zip code and stuff. It's easy. And then once you get signed up for that, you want to come in here. Excuse me. Alright, when you build this out, block patch notifications, because it's going to hit you with like 100 notifications every time you get on here. Just FYI. So yeah, the keyword here is 24-hour locksmith, Long Beach, CA. I looked it up in Ahrefs and just decided to go with this one to keep the theme locksmiths. The main reason I did that is because I know a lot of people that do a lot of niches, and I don't want to interfere in their niches or like give their niches away. So, and not to mention my own, but so locksmith, I don't know anybody that does locksmith stuff that I know of, so that's why I picked locksmith. It's pretty well known for lead gen and SEO and all that. So alright, so basically you want your keyword in the title right here, and you want to put a couple pictures in here. Now basically how you're going to do this is I'll just show you real quick. This is the one I used here. You just open link in new tab, and then you want to actually open it, the website, and then you want to right click and copy image address. And then when you go over here and you're editing your patch, you just want to copy that image address into here. And when you get that image address, you need to make sure that it's .jpeg or .whatever, but it's got to be formatted for images. If you grab this out of Google or something like that, it's not going to work. If you come into Google and you find it and you copy link address, it's not going to work. It's going to be some yeah, so, and this one even redirected to the site. So either that, or it's going to give you some Google some like cache page or whatever. Alright, so basically after you do that, copy paste that, and then let me show you real quick. I'll just show you real quick. You can do a lot of stuff to these, like jump menus and stuff, jump link menus and stuff, but patch is not really a long-term. I mean, I have some that do last and stuff, but patch is more just like a more of like a test for like a test platform. But you can definitely use it to generate leads and all that. But I'm just telling you, don't put a ton of time into it like a Google site or something, because they can kill these things. They won't even give you a notice if they kill them. You literally don't even get an email. You'll just go on your listing and it'll just be gone, or your account will just be gone. And when you go to log in, it'll just say that user's no longer available. It doesn't happen a lot, but a lot of it depends on the city you're in. And I can tell you certain cities like New York City is kind of nasty. I've posted stuff on there and they like kill the classified immediately. So I don't know if they have some type of moderators on there or what, but it definitely varies by and I don't know how this got in here like this. Hold on one second. Sorry, I was looking at that. So basically what I did was I used Article Forge for this content, and you can do this content however you want. I mean, the best way to do it is to use some type of software like some AI, you know how they have the AI writing, or Article Forge or something like that. But you can also write it yourself, or if you're really lazy and don't want to spend any money, you can really copy content. What I do when I copy content is, like, if I'm in Long Beach, I'll go copy content from like Miami or New York or somewhere like that. So it'll be a totally different state and all that. And then when you put your geo stuff in here, it'll somewhat be different. Alright, so basically that's you come in here. Like I said, you can do these jump menus. I'm not doing that right now. I can show you how to do them, but it's kind of a waste of time on this. I'll show you on the other sites. And you can like bold, underline this. And then like I showed you, to get the H3 tags, just do it for a few of your variations of your keywords. And then when you go on here, edit, make sure you put your alt text as your keyword. And then I link back to the patch. Once you publish your patch, come back in here and stick this patch listing in here. Linking out from patch is not going to be that effective because it's, like I was saying before, it's no follow. So it's better used for like poking and lead gen than it is for and ranking than it is for links. But you can run traffic through it and everything, but the links are no follow, just FYI. So how I do it is I link back to this, and even these link back to this. These, if you open this, that's the same listing. So I'm going in here, I'm basically forcing them to crawl this by linking to this from different keywords. So as soon as Google crawls this, they're immediately going to start reading these keywords and these anchors. That's why I do this. And then if you look also, if you search this keyword, you see it's right there. So you can rank these images easy also. And you see that one there is the that's the one that I put down here. You come in here and just add your image. You basically add image, come down. You basically just hit add image and go get your image and upload it. If you're having issues, if it's like slow loading and stuff like that, you just need to get a smaller image, because there's something with bigger images that it's just, like I said, it's kind of, patch is kind of glitchy on certain stuff. And then you basically, so name, when you do that, name this your keyword. The file name of your image, when you download this image, go onto your Windows desktop or whatever, downloads or whatever, and right click and rename this to your keyword before you upload it. Alright, that's pretty much it for that. And then you just publish. Which I already did, so I don't even need to do that again. So I'll go over here. And it's on page 2 right now. I wanted to do a keyword and show you guys how to push that, because I think a lot of people in SEO get stuck on page 2 or like the bottom of page 1. So I wanted to do one that was a little more high comp than the Houston Heights one. Long Beach has decent competition for pretty much most keywords, and so that's why I did this one. And the last time I checked, it was page 2 in Google. So right when I uploaded it, basically hit page 2. Check it real quick. Yeah, it's page 2 right now. Oh, it actually shot up to page 1 on my tracker. It's number 9. So we'll just have to keep an eye on it. But I really wanted to show you guys how to get over that hump, because I think that hump is what keeps a lot of SEOs, holds a lot of SEOs back. So you basically go in here and do this, and then you're going to want to run links to it. Alright, the next one we're going to set up here is Blogspot. Oh, I want to tell you real quick, this is going to help a lot of people. If you buy Google accounts and you see like it's in a foreign language you really don't understand, you want to come in. This is kind of off topic, but I just want to tell y'all real quick because it's kind of annoying when you don't understand the language and you can't switch it off. So basically what you do is you come up here to settings and click this see all settings, and then you want to change whatever language you speak. You want to change it right here. And then you can do your default country code wherever you're located, or you can really do whatever you want. But and then you want to click this change language settings for other Google products, and go down here and click this right here. And I don't know why it won't let you pick English on here, but Australia is basically the same thing. I mean, USA is what I'm saying. They speak English in Australia, so same language. So I just wanted to tell y'all that real quick, because it's annoying when you can't read the language and you're like, if you buy a lot of Google accounts, you're bound to get something that's in a different language. Alright. So then you go to this little 9 dots right here in your Google account, and go down here to Blogger. Alright, and then you'll see this little text over here that says Create Blog. And we just want to copy and paste this. Close these really. Want to copy and paste that. Hit next. I would do your address for that. I would do the address as your exact keyword, but you can do it however you want. You can do a variation or whatever if you want. But I've tested this a ton on page and all this, and I can tell you right now, this absolutely matters. And the dashes in between here, so this one's fine. If somebody might possibly have your keyword, so just do what you can do with it. Alright, that's close enough anyway. Make sure you put the dashes in there too. I tested dashes and without dashes, and dashes is better by far. So I think Google will if you don't put dashes, Google's somewhat, Google's smart enough to read it, but they're somewhat going to read it like all those jumbled words together are one word. Alright, then you want to go on here, so make sure you use dashes. Come on here, hit settings down here. You see the title's fine. Description, I'm just going to steal from this. You can do different content if you want. It's probably better if you do different content, but I'm just trying to show you. And to be honest, links really kind of matter more than anything, and on-page structure. Sometimes duplicate content. Look at press releases. Anybody who ranks press releases know that's the exact same content, and you can rank 100 press releases. Alright. Visible to search engines, make sure that's checked, obviously. Direct, yeah. And then you definitely want to scroll down here, enable search description. This is basically where you want to, anybody who tells you that description doesn't matter has never tested it. I've heard people say that the description doesn't matter. They've never tested it. It absolutely matters. And the main thing that you need when you're doing a description, make sure your keyword's in the front of the description. Same thing with titles, same thing with URLs. You don't want to work harder than you have to work, so you want to get as much right as you can out of the gate, so you're not having to work harder than you need to. So that's good enough. It's not that doesn't have to be perfect. Just make sure your keywords are in the front of the description, basically, and you can you want to probably fill it. You can get in here and really kind of get like into the details on this and do a bunch, but that's the main stuff you need. All right. Go on here, new post. I'll just grab the rest of this. Normally how I would do this is I would probably do different articles per you see this is still linking to the patch, so that's fine though. And this, I think it copied there. Alright, so that's pretty much what you need. And then, like I said, put your phone number and all that in there. I'm not doing all that because I don't have anything for this. So I already showed you guys what the phone number and all that stuff was and how to do that. So this is basically you want to enter a search description right here. This is probably a good snippet right here to take. What in the world's going on? Oh, I had... Alright. Make sure that's good. Alright, if you want comments, not comments, that stuff's not important. The main thing is your title, the URL, and the description. And then running links to it. And that's fine for the URL. You want to preview it if you want. And anything you're trying to rank, you want to put images and stuff in here. You basically just the image thing here. Oh, alright, so you just upload from your computer. It's real simple, and you always want to alt text it, and then you want to link it back to whatever page you're on. But I'm trying to get through this quick, so I'm not gonna like go deep into details. This is pretty much what you need to know. You don't have to, the details aren't that important as long as you put the, as long as you get the basics of the on page right, and then you get the link stuff. You start doing links, you'll be fine. It's not going to be a problem to rank these. All right, we'll just publish this. All right, the next one I'm going to show you how to do here is Google Sites. So basically what you want to do is if you have a Gmail, you can just go over here to Google. And search Google Sites, and then just log in like that. Alright, the page title, you're going to want the page title to be this keyword. Let me grab it from, for some reason it's pulling that. You can just type it too. Oh, hold on. Listen, I know what to do. Highlight that, and then you can change it here to whatever you want. And that's the title tag. Like I said, whatever you like, it's not really this stuff here doesn't really matter for ranking. Alright, so what you want to do is go there and put your keyword in there. And like I said, I mean, depending on how you are, how particular you are, you can, you know, make this look good, but it's mainly for ranking. And do a little text box here, and you can grab whatever content you're using. Grab your content. You really kind of want to use different different content, but just so I can show you real quick, we'll just do it like that. And I use Article Forge. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but you can use anything. All right. And this is already linking. Since we copied directly from that, it's already linking the patch, which is fine. You want to interlink your Web 2 stuff so you spread the links around and power them up. All right. And how you really want to do this, you really want to break this down in sections. I'll show you. That's probably fine for. Grab this. You want this to be a heading or a subheading, whatever you want to do it as. And then you want to do a table of contents because it just helps you rank. And let me delete this one. So you see there, if you click that, it's going to jump down to that. If you click this one, it's going to jump to this one. And then, like I said, just put images or whatever you want in here, and use the alt. Always use your alt text, and always link back to the page that you're doing your pictures on, because Google's going to crawl that picture and stuff. It's just going to help you. Pictures are going to help you. Videos are going to help you. All right. So this is basically a simplified version of it, and a lot of depending on how you're setting these up, if you already have a client, yeah, you probably want to come in here and really do this and detail this out and stuff. But if you're just putting up a bunch of them to, like, for lead gen or just trying to get stuff up, you just want to do the quick stuff, which is basically title, the URL, and then these links are always good right here. So I usually always do table of contents in Google Sites, because those will trigger the site links. Even if you only have one page, these will trigger the site links in the Google SERPs. All right, so request public search engines not to display my site. If you're trying to rank them, you want to make sure you don't check that. Publish that. Alright. And then, like I said, if you want to come in here and insert an image, that's fine. You can really use the same image you used earlier. Just make sure to title it the keyword. And then, like I said, publish. Make sure your keyword is in this Google URL. When you copy here, this is the most important part between this and title. But description also makes a big difference. So, and like I said, you don't believe me, just test it. Do 2 different listings and put your keyword in one description, and don't and do the titles and everything the same, and don't stuff your keywords in the other one, and see which one ranks higher. Alright, and like I said, you always want to go in here, and so what we want to link to on this one is this. And then go in here and your alt text you want to be your you want to always use your keywords as your alt text. And a lot of people don't do it because it's kind of a pain, but I don't know what it's doing. And sometimes Google sites can take a little longer to get rolling, but once you start hitting them with links and stuff, it's crazy what caliber of keywords you can rank with Google sites. I mean, you can damn near rank anything, depending on how many links and stuff you're pumping to them. All right, so that looks pretty good. Like I said, put your you want to put your phone number in here. And I showed in the other one, I think, how to format a phone number. And it's and if you don't know how, just Google how to format a telephone number in HTML. You'll see it's just TEL. It's an easy little. And like I said in the other one, depending on whatever site you're building out, make sure on your phone when you go to that site and you click that, make sure that it's the click to call. And I put the other I'll make sure the Houston Height ones I set up, I really kind of detailed it. So if you want to look at like some detailed out, more detailed out ones, I'll leave a link and you guys can go on there and copy that format basically. But that's pretty much it. And then you have your Google site right here. And like I said, you really want to do, for sake of time, I'm keeping this a little bit short. You really probably want to do about 5 of these. And then when you click it, you'll see it jumps down. These are really, really important. And a lot of people don't do them, and you pretty much have to do them. Especially if you're in anything that's like high comp, most people are going to be doing this. On websites and on Web 2s and whatever. The jump links or whatever you want to call them. Menu links, jump links. And Google's kind of weird. They the way they format it, it's not the keyword like most sites. It's it's a combination of letters and numbers, so it's kind of weird how they do it, but it works. Alright, I think that's about it for Google sites. And then like I said, as you build these out, just link to your other properties. Alright, that's about it for Google sites. Alright, for strikingly, when you come in here, you want to and how I do this all the time, I just keep it all with whatever identity I'm using, or whatever you want to call them. I just keep it all to that person's that name same. That makes it easier to keep track, especially when you have hundreds of these. Alright. put your email in there, then do a password. And then Strikingly and Brave are look pretty good. Google Sites needs an update, but they're really good for ranking, so even though they're kind of ugly. But yeah, just pick whatever you want, whichever one you think looks like something similar to your niche. Something that would go with your niche. And then basically, let me pick a different one. I want something kind of simple. I'll just use this one here. So you just pick your theme, hit start editing. And put your keyword up here. Not your email. And I would just do like a variation. And then you just want to go in here, and the easiest way to do this is, like I said, just do articles, and then you can just come in here and grab little stuff to fill these out. You're not having to type nothing because of that. Like I said, I've been doing this a long time, and the easier something is, the more you're going to do it. That's really why I put this Parasite SEO out for the people who haven't ranked. Because if you do these if you build these sites out and you run links to them, you're gonna rank, period. And some of them, depending on your keywords, you'll rank. You can rank some of these without links, but if you run links and do everything I'm telling you, you can rank for a lot of keywords. All right. Like I said, I'm trying to copy paste, which is really what y'all should be doing when you're building these out. But like I said, you can really do whatever you want. If you want to sit and take your time and make them look real good, that's good. I'm just not I'm more of an analytical person and like a results person than an artistic person. So to me, I could really care less what it looks like as long as it's ranking and I'm getting leads. But yeah, like I said, just come in here. This is the easy way to do it right here. Yeah, fix that little part right there. We're just trying to copy and paste. Grab different parts of this. And like I said, a lot of this, you really want to get this up and see, and run some links and see what it's doing. And then once it ranks, you can come back and do more pages and do all that and like clean them up or whatever. But I need to do that. Hold on. And Strikingly has a bunch of stuff on here you can use for like icons or whatever. And like I said, I'm not unless this is like something you really want to rank for, you don't want to spend a lot of time on this. Until it gets to rank, and then you come in here and do all this extra stuff. But what I'm doing right now is fine, but and then you can, I mean, to be honest, you can really delete a lot of this stuff. Come back in here to your because nobody's really going to look at this until it's ranking. So keep that in mind. So basically you want the, you do want to get your on-page stuff right. And you always want to add alt text and stuff, because this is the stuff that a lot of people don't do, and it gives you a little bit of an edge. All right. But the rest of this looks fine to me for now. Like I said, you just want to put it up. And main thing is, I keep saying it, I know you're probably tired of hearing it, but the main thing is URL, title, description. And then links, of course, but that's like added to that. Alright, just publish free site. No, I don't want that weird. Goodness. Alright, I want it to be 24. You want this to be really exact match. No, I don't want it to, I don't, and anything I'm telling y'all, I've already tested. I don't ever say anything I haven't tested. So like when I'm telling you description matters and all that, like I said, really don't even listen to me. Go test it for yourself if you don't if you have some type of idea it doesn't work. But an easy way to test it is like on Patch or a YouTube video or something that's going to rank fast. And I've been ranking YouTube videos for years, and see, YouTube doesn't have, you can't change the URL, so it forces you to rely more on title, description, and all that. So that's why I can tell you that description definitely matters. Yeah, these are basically jump links here, so that's pretty much it. Like I said, you really want to get these built up and start hitting these with links, and or even just see where they land once you publish. And but I'll give the links for the Houston Height ones I built out too, so if you guys want to look at them. Alright, and then you want to publish that. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong thing. Publish that. Yeah, there you go. 24-hour locksmith, Long Beach, CA. And then what you want to do is you want to use something like Omega Indexer, or if you're running links to it, you don't really have to worry about using an indexer if you use something like Scrapebox. Blog comments, because the blog comments are already indexed. People look at Scrapebox and GSA and stuff, they don't understand how they work, so they just look at them like they're all spam tools, which they can be used for spam. But the reason Scrapebox is so good to use is because the sites you're posting to are already indexed and already getting crawled. So basically, once you put your links on there, if you have something that you can't index or something like that, if you've like put it into an indexer or won't index, you need to go run links to it, and it'll index. I can almost guarantee it'll index. I don't think I've ever ran into anything I couldn't index. But the main thing with these is index them and then go see where they land. Because if you're going after, pretty easy keywords, then you might have to give them a little bump with Scrapebox or something, but and see, people will look at Scrapebox and Money Robot or Scrapebox and Ranker X or anything the same. They're not the same, because with basically all these other Web 2s, you're going and building what they consider orphan pages, which is new pages on a site. This is an orphan page right here. There's nothing links to this. This just got created. It's basically nothing right now. So what you want to do is you want to run blog comments to your orphan pages, or any links really, but blog comments a lot of times will get you the fastest results. And exploits too. If you took that exploit training, exploits work too to rank these. Alright. And really, if you have the big list, then that's the one you need to be using, because the Google stuff still works, but Ahrefs put out an update pretty much based on my training to single out what I was putting in there, the free list. So they changed it to where you can't, it's not as easy. Really, it's mainly just those Google sites you can't use to increase your authority now on Ahrefs. The other ones still work. That big list that Holly and I were selling, that one still works. And not that many people have that list, so if you want to get it, just reach out to her. Maybe we can make a smaller version of that and split it up or something, but I really don't want that big list getting out. I want to say it's like, I can't even think off the top of my head, but I think it's thousands of domains that you can use for to push your authority and to rank and everything. So, all right. So if you have that list, or if you took that training and you know how to get those exploits, use those exploits on these. Run the Scrapebox to the exploits, and then the exploits go to these sites. That's pretty much it for Strikingly. All right. Now I'm going to show you how to do BraveNet. And don't feel like these are the only 5 you can do. You can rank any site. Let's say you're in your niche and you're looking and you say, oh, that's a Medium page, or that's something else that's ranking in your niche. It could be like, for instance, let's say it's Angie's List or whatever, and you have a listing on there. You can rank that. It's really, like I said, title, description, URL, and then links. And you need to run, when you run links, you need to run keyword when you're running links to these high authority web 2s, you need to run a variation of your keywords. You really don't even want to waste time with like too much generic stuff. Alright, so I'm going to go over here, grab this again. So this is kind of what I'm just trying to show you, how to basically copy paste your way through this process for the most part. Username. I can't remember if that's we'll just use our name for now. All right. And then once you get going, if you want to like sell these networks or rent these networks or whatever, you build these big networks out. They're generating all these leads, and you can sell the leads, rent the leads, you know, whatever you want to do. All right. So that's pretty much it for that. So there you have five properties to rank right there. And then the next step is just drop them in a link building tool and start slamming them. Basically, you don't need to be too particular about how you run these links. You just really need to slam the sites. Use about 20. I would use about 20 variations at least of the keyword if you're really slamming them, like running a lot of links. But that's about it. Then once you're ranking them, like I said, you can take your time, come in here, and think about it like this too. If you're getting started, or let's say you want to dabble in something and see if it's going to be worth it. You don't want to go buy 100 tracking numbers to go put them up to like test like that. It'd be better if you ranked it first and then you went and got a tracking number and all that. Alright, that's pretty much it. So get some Gmails, they come in handy. Alright, I'll talk to y'all later. Alright. As a little bit of a bonus, I wanted to do I wasn't planning on covering this, but I think this could really be exploited for people who are starting like PPC agencies or social media or SEO, web design, whatever you're doing in this space. So I'll kind of show you how you can come in here and see some easy keywords to rank for. This right here was a site that pulled up for white label PPC. So you can see here I did the keyword difficulty 0 to 5, and you'll see different keywords here you could go after. PPC management, Los Angeles. PPC management probably PPC management probably applies to every semi-big city. Keywords like that. Car dealer PPC. Some of these people probably aren't really going for. So this list, there wasn't too much on there. On this other one I pulled up, I did just using the Keyword Explorer, social media agency. What's good about these keywords here is social media and pay-per-click and even web design. Most of the people who do those different niches aren't actually SEOs. So like, I know people who do nothing but run ads. So they never touch SEO. They don't really know anything about SEO. So a lot of these markets here, you're not going to run into the same competition as if you were trying to rank for SEO keywords. That's really why I'm telling you about these ones. PPC is a good one to go after. Social media agency. All these keywords here, people are probably searching these in most cities. So whatever your city is, just grab these keywords here and put your city in there. And always go after the big ones. Or whatever city you're going for. It doesn't have to be your city. All right. And if you look here, you'll see some good search volume in green. That means that these are good ones to go after. That's really going to be in general with these. I'm really telling you about these niches because I've been doing SEO long enough and I've tested and all this. These are the niches you're going to be able to, as an SEO, you're going to be able to rank for these niches and really get a lot of customers and clients and all that. So that's why I'm telling you about these ones. And then I just pulled up this Gemsu has been ranking for a lot of new stuff. I see they're running ads, so you can go after some of the SEO stuff, but you have to understand when you're going after SEO, you're going against SEOs. So if it was me, that wouldn't be my focus. I'd go after, and if I went after SEO, especially on a national scale, I'd probably go after niche type terms like plumbing, SEO companies for plumbers, SEO companies for roofers, stuff like that, because I know people search that. And then, yeah, that's it. The gold niches to go for if you're an SEO and you're trying to rank, go for PPC, social media stuff, web design stuff, and then, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, all that stuff. Go after that stuff. So basically, the only thing you have to do is come in here to this Keyword Explorer, and let's say web design is I'm trying to do some web design stuff. So if I go from, I'll just show you how I would typically filter a site. You see we had tons of keywords before. See this kind of stuff right here? Web design, Bakersfield. Like I said, I would skip the brands. I wouldn't try to rank for brands. There's really no need. And then you can go on here. CPC on here. I don't think there is. You can go on here and sort, different stuff. Sort by CPC, cost per click. And you can kind of see on here different keywords. Web design, Carrollton. See, these type of keywords here are good. Real easy to rank for, and if you get a bundle of these keywords, even if it's 10 searches a month, if you get a bundle of these keywords, it's going to add up. And really, if you're working online, you're not tied to anywhere. You can go rank in Denver, in New York City, in Cleveland, wherever. And most people really don't care if you're ranking there. At the end of the day, most people really don't care if you're local, unless it's a client that you don't want. Because the only person that's going to want to be local is somebody that's going to probably want to come to the office or something and nag you. So anybody who wants to be local, hey, we don't do that local thing. It's all online now. So yeah, just some friendly advice. But a lot of the people I deal with, I've never even met in person, to be honest with you. Most of the people, I would say 95% of the people I deal with when it comes to SEO, web design, and all this stuff, I've never met in real life. And that same thing goes for clients. Almost all my clients I've never met. The people I do lead gen or whatever for. And even the few clients I have for other stuff, I've never met them in real life. I've barely even talked on the phone with these people. So the only reason I'm saying all that is to say, don't get nervous about trying to rank for other locations. Yeah, we're ranking in Bakersfield because the people that are in Bakersfield aren't doing a good enough job to outrank us. So do you want to go with somebody that's located in your area that can't outrank us? Because if the other company hires them and then somebody hires us, I guarantee that you will get outranked. So, you know, I mean, you don't have to be, you know, forceful or anything, but just let them know. That's basically how I do it. But it's wide open. Like I said, those main niches you need to focus on: social media, Facebook ad, agencies, web design. Alright, I'll see y'all in the next one.